Flash TV show. Now, most of you out there will be like, it's just another superhero thing. There's flood and TV with it. But I'm going to give you some reasons why I actually think it'll be good. Now, it did air tonight. The premiere was tonight. Did not get to watch it. I did have to work. And then I had to do the show. So I will watch it. I will give it a shot. But this is my thinking before it hits the airwaves. And so number one, I have a lot of lists tonight. Actually, I think this is the last list. But number one is that it is a spin-off of the CW Arrow show. Now, this is a direct spin-off. I believe sometime in Season 2, Barry Allen, who becomes Flash eventually, does show up in that show, kind of setting him up for his own show. And I like that because Arrow, whereas it does have its moments, is a genuinely good show I like. I thought they took a really good, deep, dark look at what a superhero is. Now, Arrow kills like a ton of people. Was that a sound effect, or was that actually outside?
That's actual thunder outside this walls.
I was like, man, that sound effect sounds good. So, yeah.
Maybe we should record that. Oh!
But yeah, so they take a deep, dark look at Green Arrow as a superhero. And like he's actually running around killing lots of people. It's actually pretty entertaining. If you haven't seen Arrow, it is on Netflix. I believe Season 2 comes out tomorrow on Netflix. Season 3 actually airs on the CW tomorrow. So I do like that. I think the direction they're going with that is really good. So a spin-off show, probably pretty cool. Another reason I think it'll be good is Flash, I believe, is an underrated superhero. Now, a lot of people will be like, he's just fast. But he does so many cool things. He's one of the original Justice League members. He's one of the best comic book characters, one of the longest lasting ones for a reason, because he mixes the action with the good quirky sense of humor. So you don't quite go down the dark road of some of the other superheroes.
And when he knows how to use his powers, when he uses his powers properly, he's really one of the most powerful superheroes there is too. Like people think of him as like, oh, he's just got speed, but he's got more than that. He can vibrate his molecules to walk through buildings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember seeing that on the Super Friends the first time, being like, "What? What do you mean?"
How does this work?
It was like they finally captured all the Super Friends and they put them in a underground in a brick room with no exits or anything, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, so guess what, guys? If I vibrate my molecules, I can walk through this wall."
I'm just gonna do this now. Hey. But
couldn't you do that like just constantly and never get hit?
He's also.
I guess it doesn't matter because you're so fast, but.
But I also like him as the jokester. He's also the guy that he'll be zooming by, see two pretty ladies, and then zoom right back and be like, "Hey, ladies," and then zoom back onto what he's doing. He brings a lighter side to some of these comics. Yeah. And I love the darker comics, especially the the Batman's the dark direction they've gone. But that's because Batman. He kind of has to be dark, because he's fighting a whole city of corruption. Central City, where Flash is from, doesn't seem to be as corrupt. It seems to be more of an everyman's town, a nicer city. Just so happens a random particle storm rolls through. That's what they're doing with the premise of the show. A particle storm rolls through due to an experiment of some sort from Star Labs, and Flash gets his powers, but so do a lot of other people, and not so nice.
Yeah, and his personality fits with his powers, because his personality, he's essentially the fast-talking guy. Like he's a little bit slick and everything, and he just tries to talk all smooth and fast, but he's not always very good at it. But it's funny because he just spurts off a million jokes a minute or a million pickup lines a minute, whatever he's gonna do. So it works with his speed personality.
So I'd like to see that side of the comics again. I love the dark side, but a little bit of the lightheartedness is always good. So my last reason that I think it'll be good is DC just has a good track record for TV shows in general.
Yeah, not movies, but TV shows, definitely.
TV shows, yeah. I didn't say movies.
They have a few good movies, but...
Well, the recent Batman trilogy, a couple of the classic Batmans. But outside of Batman, it's kind of hard to find a good one. Man of Steel wasn't horrible as a Superman movie, but...
I know a lot of people that still love the first two Superman movies.
And that's because those are campy fun. I mean, those...
Yeah.
So...
and also back when they were made, that was, a good quality movie, and you hadn't really seen... very good superhero movies at that time, because those were released early 80s, late 70s,
mid 70s. I think 76 was Superman 1, so somewhere around But yeah, so I mean, you look at just TV shows, especially and on the CW, you had Smallville. I was a fan of that when it first came out.
Oh
Didn't
yeah, we
watch it
watched that
past
a lot.
season like 4 or 5. Past that, it kind of got jumped the shark, but season 1 through 4 were solid. Arrow, like I just said, was a really good one, and this is a direct spin-off off of it. You have Gotham on Fox, which I need to watch last night's episode, but Gotham has been awesome so far. And then you look at the animated shows, the Batman animated series from back in the 90s, that was amazing. Danny Elfman did the soundtrack to that. It was just
The Superman one that was associated with it was also done pretty well.
See, I don't really like Superman.
I don't either, but I thought the show was done pretty well.
But the Justice League cartoon and the Justice League Unlimited were awesome. So, you know, and some of the animated movies, if you haven't checked out any of their animated movies like Justice League Doom, Flashpoint Paradox, Son of Batman, Batman Returns 1 and 2, I mean, there's a couple really good animated movies out there that never made it to theaters, but, you know, that are really good. So I just think the DC TV animated, now this won't be an animated show, but the TV universe is a lot better than, I don't know, Marvel doesn't really have a counterpart, so.
Not yet.
They're working on it, though, and you'll find out more of that later.
Well, wait a second. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, that's one, yeah, but...
so there you go. I mean, that's one.
Yeah, that's one. That is one, and I haven't seen that show.
And it had a whole bunch of superheroes in it, so...
And I've never been interested in watching that. I don't know why. I just haven't.
And they do have a cartoon set up, though, that was always very good, so...
Well, the X-Men cartoon was great.
Very good.
And I've seen a couple... X-Men Spider-Man, yeah, the 90s Spider-Man was awesome. And there was X-Men... Wolverine and the X-Men, that was like a Nickelodeon show. Wolverine and the X-Men, but that was awesome. Yeah, the Iron Man cartoon was not bad. Fantastic Four, not bad. The Hulk, not bad. But
yeah, it was an all right for Saturday morning cartoons. Those were the staples of Saturday morning cartoons for a long time.
Yeah, for a while, and then but if I'm looking back on them, I can go back and watch those Justice League cartoons, and I actually have recently. And I don't necessarily want to go back and watch the Spider-Man as much, or I can't watch the Iron Man Hulk one. I tried to. That was just. But when I was a kid, it was fun. So. Yeah. Didn't really hold up as well. But so yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is Flash good? Did you watch tonight's episode? Let us know. Comments down below. Of course, at Words For My Face on Twitter. wordsformyface@gmail.com. Wordsformyface.com. Google Place and Google Place. Yeah, Google Place. That's
right, Google Place.
If you don't have a Google Place, you will now. Google Plus and Facebook, always good ways of getting a hold of us. Let us know what you think. Am I stupid for thinking that, or you saw it and you thought it was pretty good? Let us know.